Hello and welcome back to Rodney Parade Newport, and welcome to FM22 with Old Man Phil, the channel that proves, yes, even old men can play this game. And if you are new here today, then do all that subscribing stuff that people tell you to do and get the channel growing, and let's have a good time as we go through Season 1. We are riding high at the moment, and we are top of the Sky Bet League 2. We were predicted to finish around about 11th, but coming into December, we are 6 points clear at the top of the league. And so onwards and upwards, but we do have some problems coming into December, as we'll see. We have some very tired players. One of the things that I've noticed about the Sky Bet League 2 is that fixtures come very thick and fast, and you only have a very small squad. And so let's see what's in store for us as we move through into the next month. Well, it was a very, very tough November, as it turned out, with only 3 wins and 3 draws. But we start off December with a Papa John's Trophy second round match and the FA Cup second round away at Cambridge. That is followed by 5 fairly interesting Sky Bet League 2 games against Sutton, Port Vale, Rochdale, Forest Green, and our featured match away at Leyton Orient. And as I said at the end of the last episode, the hope is to get 10 to 12 points from this run of fixtures. And while things were very quiet during the summer transfer window, the month of December has been fairly busy. And we have brought 2 new players into the club who will be starting on January the 4th, and it can't come too quickly. We've brought in Jamie Thomas from Preston, who's been not at his best and has become a very much a fringe player. But we are hoping that with the right encouragement, he has the kind of attributes that we can turn him into someone who's going to be very useful to us. And secondly, we brought in Mikel Parker from Motherwell on a free transfer at end of contract. And at 23 years old, he looks like he's going to be a good signing in terms of backup for our central defenders. And hopefully we can rotate central defenders a little bit more as a result of that. We've also been keeping our eye on Joe Nolan, who we think might well be a great replacement for Matthew Upson, who is due to end his contract at age 32 at the end of this season. So we have been very busy, and we're expecting big things from the 2 that we've already signed, and hopefully we can somehow manage to find money to get Joe Nolan in as well. So let's have a look at what happened in December. We started off with the end of November with a trip to Wickham in the Papa John's Trophy South, which we won by 2-1. And then informed Cambridge of the Sky Bet League 1 put us away in the second round of the Cup, 1-0, but we played very well. This was followed by a very nice 1-0 victory at home to Sutton, who were flying high at the time, and Port Vale was next. And again, we struggled to score goals, but there was one moment of absolute magic in this game, which is well worth taking a look at, from Timmy Abraham, who has become our main striker this season, and absolute brilliance. Misulu feeds him, but his first touch takes him away from goal. He turns on a sixpence and fires into the top corner. Absolute brilliance in a 1-0 victory against Port Vale, a goal worthy of winning any game. Rochdale, the problems up top continued and we could not score. And at Forest Green, at home to Forest Green, we managed to win 1-0. But signs are not looking good. We'd kept 4 clean sheets, which is absolutely fabulous, but we can't score goals at the moment, which may be because players are extremely tired, but it's good to see that we are just scraping a win as we went through December. We've got currently 10 points out of a possible 12. And that brings us very nicely onto our featured game away at Leyton Orient. And hopefully we can scrape another 3 points out of this one. Our scouts, again, had been as busy as they possibly could, and we had managed to find out that they were extremely good at dribbling. This will affect our press. We don't want to press too much at the moment from tiredness. They're good at heading and jumping, and there are things to think about in terms of that as well. They have extremely good wing backs, and therefore we might not be exploiting the flanks very much, and good at long shots, which is always a worry in FM when you see that, and they have good pace and acceleration. In terms of their weaknesses, there were not many. They are not great at crossing, and their finishing, their composure has not been the best it could possibly be this season. So in terms of the game plan for this match, we're just going to use a standard line. We're tired, and so we're not going to regroup and try to keep possession. We're going to reduce our press to conserve energy. We will force the opposition outside, and for ourselves we will cross low because they're very good at heading. We're going to play with a slightly higher tempo, but generally try to slow the game down as much as we can. We had to do a fair bit of rotation for this game, but it still looks a fairly decent side. Joe Day in goal, Scott Bennett, Dolan and Dimitru at the back, Haynes and Lewis at wing backs, with Masulu and Upson in midfield. Cooper, Abraham and Hilton make up our top three, and hopefully this is a team that's good enough to win this game. So let's go to the match. And so it's Newport who get us underway here at Leyton Orient. And so it's Bennett. Bennett plays a short ball forward, and Masulu finds Lewis. If we can win this game, and building something here, there's a chance, and Cooper fires it straight at the goalkeeper. A weak effort, really. But if we can win this game, then we could easily go 10 points clear at the top of the league, and that would be really good. But here come Orient, and that was a fine header. And that was it, really, for the first half. As we come to half-time, it's Leyton Orient 0, Newport 0. Unspectacular half in which nothing really happened, and it's Orient who get the second half underway. We haven't made any changes. A point would be good for us, and that will take us 8 points clear at the top at the end of the year, but we are very tired, and I don't want them overexerting themselves at the moment, because we have a busy couple of weeks coming up, as Orient are pretty much dominating the game at this point in time. And here is a corner lashed in by Kemp and headed over the bar harmlessly. And things are going well. We have a corner, we're creating chances, and here's Lewis banging in the corner, and there's a chance. Oh, and that was so close. Cooper fires it in, and Telford's on his own, but the flag is up. The flag is up. For one moment I thought we had got ahead, but the flag is off. It's disallowed for offside. Dolan to swing in another corner. He fires the corner in, and that's a good save from Cooper at the edge of the box. And things are looking good. We've had to make all our substitutions early. Players are looking exhausted out there, but we're holding on. And all we want is a point that'll take us 3 points clear as Leyton Orient go close there. And we have had some bad news. Hilton has been injured, and that has meant that... And that's another chance for Orient. That has meant that we've had to play the rest of the final 10 minutes out with 10 men. And we've done well so far. We're into time added on. There's 5 minutes, and we're doing extremely well. And that's easily collected by Day. We are into the last minute, and the 10 men, as tired and exhausted as they are actually holding on quite nicely. And Day takes his time and then fires a long ball upfield, but easily claimed back by Orient, who come forward. Riley gives it to Solitru, back to Riley, and they're playing the ball around. They are desperately trying to find a way through, but Clark tidies that up and then gives it back immediately. That's not what they're instructed to do. And here come Orient again. And we just need to see this through, and Omatoye sticks a toe out, and that is unfortunate. Newport's unbeaten record is finally over, I think. It was a last stand effort, but it was too much, and in the 95th minute, Orient have stolen the 3 points. How cruel is this game? This is absolutely devastating. I suppose, given how exhausted the team was and how much Orient had been pressing for that late goal, I guess something was going to give, and give it did. And there's no way back. Orient are still pressing, and all we can do is try and hold out now. And let's get back into the dressing room and try and fix this, and we'll work on the training pitch and for the games that are coming up. And there's the full-time whistle, and it's Leyton Orient 1, Newport 0. Newport's unbeaten run is over. And so that was particularly hard to take as we end December with a 1-0 defeat against Leyton Orient. However, we did manage to pick up 10 points as we went through December, but we do need to look at things in terms of our attack. Clean sheets were good, getting 4 clean sheets during December, but we're not scoring goals at the moment, and that's a really big worry. We do have a number of injuries that we need to contend with. Hilton has pulled ankle ligaments. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. Abraham is out for 2 weeks. Alex Fisher with a virus is out for about 8 days more. And Farquharson, a twisted ankle, expected to be out for between 5 and 10 days. We have a lot of injuries to be expected. Training is very low at the moment, trying to contain this, but it's not working. But hopefully, as fixtures ease off coming up into January, this will be contained. We do end 7 points clear at the top of the table, but we do have a game in hand which comes very quickly on Tuesday against Walsall, and so if we can get that win, then we will be 10 points clear at the top of the table, and that's something we never expected to happen. And so, next time we move into the month of January, and we look forward to welcoming Michael Parker and Jamie Thomas to the club and seeing what they can give to our squad here at Newport. Well, there may also be some other people coming in, and there may be 1 or 2 surprises in terms of people leaving the club. So it will be an interesting transfer window, I think. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed the video, give us a big thumbs up, why not? And do all that subscribe stuff and help the channel to grow. And all that remains to be said now is I'll see you at the end of January.